Will the Bengals sweep the Steelers for the first time since 2009? Hi again, everyone. I'm James Rapien with allbengals.com and Cincinnati Bengals Talk. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours as we get set for round two, Bengals Steelers. And naturally, anytime these two match up, it's going to be a physical game. It's going to be one in the trenches. It's going to come down to turnovers. We can say all of those cliches in the world, which I'm sure you'll hear over the next few days. But I figured I would take this time, especially because I think most Bengals fans are most thankful for number 9. We can do a best of what Joe Burrow said on Wednesday ahead of Sunday's game against the Steelers. Round 2, look, the Bengals beat the Steelers way back in week 3, but Joe Burrow knows that Sunday is going to be different, mainly because of TJ Watt.
As a quarterback, you just always have to know the kind of game that it is. And, when you're running the ball the way you are and when the defense is playing the way that they are, you don't take those chances down the field when maybe you would have when you're down 10 points. The defense might not be playing as well or you're not running the ball as well. But as a quarterback, you have to be able to adapt to the kind of game that it is every single week. And the kind of game that it was on Sunday, we just had to take completions, move the chains, and score points, whether it was field goals or touchdowns. So that's what I did on Sunday, and it turned out well for us.
And Watt's impact on the Steelers defense can't be overstated. Joe Burrow wasn't afraid to praise Watt, even indirectly, because it's easy to say he's athletic or good off the edge or really good against the run or an unstoppable force or any other compliment that you've probably heard someone say about TJ Watt. But Burrow says the mental aspect of the game is so much more important when you go up against a player of his caliber.
Just understanding what you're looking at from the defense, understanding where you have to go with the ball depending on the defensive look. If you're going to get confused, you're not going to get the ball out on time. So it comes with preparation, and in this division, every team feels like every single week we're talking about pass rushers. In this division, you got to get the ball out quickly to have a chance. Yeah, that's probably the last criteria for getting the ball out quickly. It's understanding it's all mental.
Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase haven't been able to connect deep downfield over the past few weeks, but we did a video on Wednesday, if you missed it, on exactly that. Burrow doesn't seem to think it's an issue. It doesn't seem like there's any panic, surprise. Why would there be? But that's certainly something I personally think they need to find a way to get going, even if it's getting Chase in space downfield, 15 yards downfield, and finding him a way to get him loose that way. Finding ways to create big plays is going to be crucial. And the team on Sunday that creates maybe one or two big plays could end up victorious. We're not done. You're going to hear more from Joe Burrow, but I have to tell you about MyBookie because Turkey Day is here, and MyBookie is giving you plenty of reasons to be thankful, starting with a $250 risk-free bet on Thursday afternoon when the Cowboys host the Las Vegas Raiders. That's right, the team the Bengals just beat. Well, you can wager against them right now with MyBookie. Bet the spread between the Raiders and the Cowboys at MyBookie, and when you win, you win. If you don't, MyBookie will refund you up to $250. It's that simple. It's free money. I talk about it all the time. Well, now it's a free bet, and if you win, you'll win it, and you get that money, and you can use that money on the Bengals. You can use that money on Joe Burrow, and it's completely risk-free at mybookie.ag. So go there now, mybookie.ag. Get in on all the Turkey Day fun. Bet anything, anywhere, anytime with MyBookie. And speaking of betting, a lot of you probably will bet on Joe Burrow at some point over the next 7 weeks as the Bengals try to make their playoff push, and he gets plenty of attention. But one guy that doesn't get as much attention, admittedly, it's not like we talk about him much here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk, but Burrow says should get more attention, and he had a key block for Joe Mixon last Sunday against the Raiders on Mixon's touchdown run. No one other than Stanley Morgan Jr. Here's what JB9 had to say about Morgan.
Stanley's everybody's favorite player on the team. He doesn't get any love from you guys and from across the country because nobody sees what he does, but he runs down on special teams, makes a play every single game, and then when we ask him to come in there, he comes and blocks his tail off for other guys to make plays. So, Stanley's one of the core players on this team that, I don't know what kind of team we are without Stan.
Some were up in arms earlier this week when the Bengals didn't get flexed, and we didn't talk about it here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I did cover it on the Locked On Bengals podcast, and to give you a synopsis, I think the NFL, there's a bunch of idiots. The fact that they did not flex Justin Herbert versus Joe Burrow, that's would have been an awesome matchup in Week 13 on Sunday Night Football. And instead, Patrick Mahomes versus Teddy Bridgewater. Okay, I get it, Patrick Mahomes. No one gives a damn about Teddy Bridgewater outside of Denver and maybe Louisville. That's about it. So, look, he's a nice guy. I'm not saying that, but he's not a star, and he's not going to move the needle. And so I don't know what the NFL is thinking, but Joe Burrow doesn't care. He says he'll play 6 p.m., 6 a.m.
I'll play it at 6 a.m. in the middle of the field somewhere. I don't care.
That's still crazy, though. It should have been flexed. And it's worse on me. It makes it much harder for my, job-wise, because I'm at Paul Brown Stadium till about 4 in the morning on early Monday morning on a Sunday night game. That being said, that's crazy to me. I think it would get much better ratings if it was Chargers-Bengals. Herbert, Burrow, who's the best quarterback in the 2020 draft class? The storylines are endless. And instead you get Teddy Bridgewater. No good. That's something that I don't think many outside of the Denver area are thankful for. That being said, one more, and speaking of giving thanks, it is Thanksgiving, and Joe Burrow, this might not be a popular take, but it's one I agree with. Turkey, ham, Burrow says the decision's easy.
I'm definitely a ham guy. I'm not a turkey guy. But my favorite is probably pumpkin pie. Big pumpkin pie guy.
Ham is better. I'm not going to lie. Ham's better. I'm going to eat a bunch of turkey on Thursday. So no problem there, or today if you're watching on Thursday. But yeah, I will have consumed plenty of turkey. Nothing wrong with turkey. But do I prefer ham? 100% prefer ham. And pumpkin pie, who isn't a big pumpkin pie guy if you're a guy? A pumpkin pie is awesome. I'm going to devour a bunch of pumpkin pie, and hopefully you will too, whatever your favorite pie is. I like cherry too. I like a lot of cherry pie, a big slice of pumpkin with a side of cherry pie. That sounds good. I'm going to eat that. You, before you go to eat your pie, hit that subscribe button and then grab some pie and then go to MyBookie and then, wager, because you get a free $250. Again, Cowboys, Raiders, mybookie.ag. Easy enough. So check it out right now. It's going to do it for me. For Andrew Fox Miller, I'm James Rapien. Again, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for subscribing and helping this channel grow. And we're just 72 hours away or less, depending on when you're watching this, from Bengals Steelers at Paul Brown Stadium. We'll have you covered. Happy Thanksgiving. Until next time, I'm James Rapien.